Have you ever wondered what would make a show host really happy with your appearance? Have you ever wondered what you could do to really amplify your opportunities on podcast shows? Hi, this is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and the 100 Club, where we help entrepreneurs learn how to find 100 podcast shows in record time. And I'll tell you, there's one thing that hosts really love. They love when you, the guest, go out and do promotions after the fact. What do I mean by that? Well, when you do a show, you get what's called a permalink. The permalink is the direct link to the show that you were on. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works and what you can do to promote the show. But the simple things that you can do, first of all, thank the host. That's kind of a really cool thing to do. The second thing that you can do is take that show permalink and post it on your social media platforms, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever you have a presence. Go ahead and post that show link. And let people know what show you were on, that you really enjoyed the host, what some of the key points were that you talked about. And if you have a blog, you can blog about the show and you can put the permalink, and you can also send a message out to your email list about the show that you were on. Also, if you have a media page, which I highly recommend every expert put together a media page, you can post the permalink on your media page and send people to that page. One nice thing about a media page is it's social proof that you have experience on podcast shows. And with hosts, the more you can minimize their risk, the better off they're going to enjoy it. So the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you can get updates about marketing books, about how to get on podcast shows, how to be a great guest, and hit the bell notification so every time a new episode comes out, you'll get notified about it. So go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification. And I want you to really think through, what are you doing to create more value for the host? If you're not sure, I would invite you to get my checklist on how to be a great show guest, how to find great opportunities. All you do is go to powerupforprofits.com, powerupforprofits.com/checklist. It's that easy. And not only will you get a 15-page document with step-by-step, here's what you need to do to find great opportunities, to be a fantastic guest, the follow-through, all of that. You also get a training video that will really help you to amplify what you're doing. This is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and the 100 Club, encouraging you, when you're on podcast shows as an expert, do all you can to promote the show, help the host out. Okay, so I want to show you exactly how to optimize your appearance on a show. This message was sent to me by the host of Sales Babble, and basically he just said, thanks for being on the show. Here's the permalink to the show. This is the direct link to the show. So obviously that would be what I want to promote. And I want to make sure that I optimize that promotion in any way that I possibly can. So what I do is I first of all pull the show up. And he did a great job of laying it out, took a picture that was on my media page. And this is what's called the show notes. So we've got the show notes right here. We've got the permalink right here. Now, what I could do is I could simply say, oh, that's great. This is, this is wonderful. Glad I was on the show. Or I can do what I can to promote. For example, I can go to Twitter and I can say, great show on sales. And I just put the permalink and I do that. Or better yet, I actually get his permalink. And that should be, there should be links right here. And we look at, okay, I grab his Twitter handle, which in this case is Pat Helmers. And I just grab that. I go over to Twitter and thanks at Pat Helmers for a fun interview on sales. Okay, now what I also do is, again, I grab the permalink to the show and I simply put it in there and I tweet it. So I've done 2 tweets. Now, so all I need to do is say, okay, I just posted it there and make sure that it does post. Okay, it's posted. And then I go to my Facebook page. And I post that. And boom. All of a sudden, I've got 3 shows that I've been on. Now, to go one step further, okay, so I've got that, and what I do is I actually link this. And I make sure that it opens in a new window. And there we go. Then I do an update and I go from, here's my current page right here, if you'll look, to making sure that it's been updated. And as soon as this stops moving, let's see if it has updated yet. You'll notice here, and Sales Babble. We've got the show up there. And what I can do now is send a message to my list and say, hey, there's a new interview on my media page. I send them over to the media page and I send them the permalink. It's really that simple. And I encourage you, go out and do what you can to get the promotion for shows for the host, because when you do, they certainly appreciate it. So let's go ahead and say, what a great interview with Pat Palmer's. Okay. And there it is. I've tweeted 3 times in a matter of 5 minutes. So in the time it took me to create this video for you, I've been on LinkedIn, I've put it on my media page, I put it on Facebook, and I put it on Twitter 3 times. So it's that simple. Go out and do this. I belong to a lot of private groups on Facebook where there are discussions by hosts on the frustration that they experience. When they have somebody on their show, it's a great episode, and the show guest does nothing to promote the show. So help the host out, really amplify what you're doing, and you'll get a much better result, not only from the show, but the traction, and the host will more than likely invite you back. Have a great day.